Human slavery versus human freedom. As the historical events surrounding the Ascension Timeline rebellion surface into the planetary matrix, the core themes humanity is facing are directly connected to the events that sealed our fate as captured slaves 22,000 years ago. The contrast between the consciousness states of slavery versus freedom, servitude versus liberty, sovereignty versus subjugation, the master and slave archetypal forces, are being exceptionally heightened in the collective consciousness and interpersonal dramas. This holds the cellular memories recorded in our DNA connected to individual and collective human enslavement on our planet as it was being invaded, and these same memories are surfacing in personal timelines in which we are psychologically and emotionally clearing our personal pieces of this shared collective trauma of global human slavery. In order to fully spiritually heal, each individual must awaken into their authentic humanity and recognize the fear-based division of mind control that oppresses all human beings, in order to finally see the higher truth of what and who is actually behind the enforcement of the consciousness slavery of our planet. This means we must let go of our personal fears, which keep us in denial from seeing and knowing the truth in many of the outer events taking place all around us, seeing the promoted ideologies in the negative alien agendas, culture wars, which are extremely harmful and designed to enslave the human race and especially children even further. The main focus for the awakened population is made upon the foundations of inner spiritual study, deep self-reflection, and the personal commitment to expand one's consciousness into expressing benevolence towards all of life, even while present in energy fields filled with hatred, false accusations, and dark ignorance. We must continually choose unconditional love as the guiding force we want to expand and grow inside of our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual body. As we expand our consciousness into loving kindness and compassionate thoughts, we shift our perspective to feel our deeper interconnection with all of life and the natural world. Many people, especially starseeds, have undergone repeated consciousness wiping attacks during sleep state or abduction on interdimensional planes in the attempt to scramble cellular memories recorded in their original genetic records, or to remove them completely by intentionally contaminating their blood with toxins and genetic material from invading alien species or animals. The planet has had serious problems with intruder entities using advanced interdimensional technology for the purpose of implanting false memories and false identities into people's timelines in order to exert control over the person's belief system and to emotionally manipulate that person to cause harm to themselves and to others. This phenomena of implanting false memories, false identities, and false images into an individual's consciousness layers is commonly done through holographic inserts, artificial cloned light body parts, and red cube technology, which projects out fallen timelines that appear as clairvoyant imagery, clairaudient voices that are coming from artificial virtual realities. These many layers of inserts can be cleared easily from one's consciousness record if one is devoted to seek truth and find God within, combined with a willingness to address personal shadow and ego clearing in order to let go of egoic attachments and dependency upon those same falsified records or self-deceptions. When the content or personal narratives are understood to be falsified records placed in the consciousness body from the invading species in order to deceive and manipulate that individual into taking harmful actions, those alien implants will automatically clear in the inner light of truth, and the bindings that are connected to demonic entities using them to siphon loose from the light body will also release. Many practicing Satanists or black magicians are actually totally enslaved by the 11th dimensional Doth system. They have been relentlessly tortured into submission and used as worker slaves for the higher echelons supporting the negative alien agenda's ritual abuse networks for building their phantom black heaven. Fortunately, we have had a significant event begin this month in which the AI machinery network, that is the most common source of global satanic programming used by black magicians for ritual abuse objectives, has been identified and is being powered down and extracted. Further, those wearing false identities, protecting cloned copies, and running artificial timelines and alien implants have been identified in the Doth system, which is another power source being extracted from the black magic networks used by practicing Satanists and Luciferians across the global grid. Ascension Timeline Rebellion. Reference from historical timeline trigger events. Approximately 22,000 years ago, the negative alien agenda groups negotiate agreements for Earth territories and humans for workers, sex, or slave colonies, galactic trading of Earth resources, reptilian ownership of Earth's humans. An important distinction that surfaces with the Ascension Timeline Rebellion memories of planetary invasion and with the forthcoming Global Awakening Disclosure event is that when the presence and objectives of the Antichrist intruders are finally revealed to the global population, we will finally realize that all of humanity has been equally enslaved for thousands of years. We will awaken to know that all humans have been coexisting together on a prison planet designed as a worker-slave farm used to covertly target human children, harvest all human beings' life force and planetary resources, all being managed by invading races of anti-humans, hiding amongst the power elites' cabal network while using hidden advanced technologies being kept from the public. When we were invaded, there was no longer dark negative polarity connected to the correct energetic balance of life and living things. Instead, humanity became physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual slaves, implanted with black miasmatic fields of mind control implants and alien hybridization insignias to assign them as property of another species. The sole purpose of alien implantation, mind control programming, and introducing artificial intelligence technology as it is currently being set forth in the mainstream is to transform human civilization to accept the transhuman and transgender condition of total disconnection from the angelic, human, world, soul, and spirit, which makes it easier to cull the slave farm and continue to maintain global, transhuman slave ownership. The transhuman body is not capable of biological ascension. This agenda is designed to disconnect the artificial body from the soul and connect it to the invading species and those dark entities under their complete control. Alien implants carry genetic signatures of their alien creators and are designed for the negative alien groups to claim their assertion that they have conquered the planet or region, and thus all human beings on the surface grids are enslaved through their assigned territories of reptilian ownership. As we move through the final conflict stages of shifting timelines to the organic ascension time wave, this lends to the aggressive exopolitical strategies in play now, where negative alien factions continue to assert humans as their rightful property. As they lose access to important black magic grids, reversal networks, and Stargate systems, the negative alien agenda factions are defending the remaining colonized territories in the grid network with continual threats of grave planetary destruction and harm through electromagnetic pulse weaponry and nuclear bomb threats, as they did during the Atlantean cataclysm. The situation is similar to the taking of surface hostages in certain demographics in order to generate leverage for negotiating their demands during varying stages in the escalation of warfare. As we have discussed many times, when they are losing power and control over human minds, they are prone to throw tantrums with false flag type of scenarios. Mind control programming and their holographic inserts allow the consciousness body of the individual to be infiltrated by the invaders through the energetic signature of the alien implant. Mind control programs are enforced through alien implantation and their entity attachments or demonic possessions, which are two sides of the same coin. The energetic signature of the alien implant will depend on the genetic and consciousness relationship that individual has to the dark entity that has placed the implant in their human target. Many of these entities believe that humans are their rightful personal property. So the alien implant will have specific information from the extra-dimensional source of the species that have laid claim to that individual, family line, or group as their slaves in this life and in the next. The reason why this is a critical understanding for those awakening to grasp is that from the macrocosm to the microcosm, as above, so below, humanity cannot be fully freed until we see the actual source of consciousness enslavement extending equally to the entire human species, which has been at the direction of a more technologically advanced, invading, anti-human species. The problem of global human slavery and the ongoing slavery of the entire planet and natural life in all of its forms cannot come to an end until the connection is made with our hidden history that began with the concealed galactic human slave trade and the current global industrialized scale of satanic ritual abuse-based child sex trafficking. Humanity must awaken to know the sole reason for widespread pedophilia, child sex farming, and ritual abuse networks is that another non-human species that invaded our planet is secretly carrying this agenda out and has brainwashed and tortured other groups to enforce this alien agenda through interdimensional consciousness slavery conditions. Not one of us can live free on the planet until we are all freed during the planetary liberation, when we unite together to build genuine humanitarian organizations to heal the world's children and stop them from being raped, exploited, abducted, and used as planetary currency and recreational blood drinking for the satanic invading alien races. Thus, our spiritual ascension destiny is that we must unite as the one angelic human species in order to finally stop our children from being sacrificed to the unimaginable horrors of human trafficking, satanic ritual abuse, pedophilia, and industrial transgenderism in order to finally free all of humanity on the planet.